Welcome everyone to this explainer. You know, billions of us interact with American corporate giants every single day, and most of the time, we don't even realize it. We rely entirely on their massive supply chains, and we depend on their infrastructure just to live our daily lives. So today, we're going to do something really exciting. We are taking the invisible web of America's 10 largest businesses, and we're making it visible.
So it really makes you ask, which companies actually run America? I mean, think about it. Some of the massive entities we're going to explore today, they literally started out as just a single storefront or a tiny mom-and-pop neighborhood pharmacy. And now, they've exploded into global powerhouses worth hundreds of billions of dollars. But out of all these incredible corporations, which ones have climbed to the absolute peak today?
Okay, let's dive into this. To keep this countdown completely objective, we are ranking these titans by one universal metric, and that is annual revenue. It's really the ultimate measure of a company's sheer footprint. We're talking about billions upon billions of dollars flowing through their systems year after year. Let's start the countdown.
Starting us off at number 10, Cencora.
Now, to generate the kind of revenue that secures the number 10 spot among the biggest businesses in America, well, your operations have to be unimaginably vast. Yet, Cencora is what you'd call an invisible giant. You probably don't have their app on your phone, and you definitely don't buy their products off a shelf. But if you walk into your local hospital or neighborhood pharmacy, those facilities rely on this company entirely just to function.
Here's the deal with their business model. Cencora operates entirely as a critical healthcare middleman. They don't actually manufacture the drugs. Instead, their multi-billion-dollar empire is built on being the ultimate logistical bridge. They specialize in safely and efficiently distributing medicines from the laboratories directly to patients across the country. And this brilliantly illustrates the micro to macro journey. It's a highly structured flow. It starts right at the pharmaceutical manufacturer, routes directly through Cencora's vast distribution network, and finally terminates at local hospitals and neighborhood pharmacies. Cencora acts kind of like the central nervous system of this whole operation, moving millions of medicines from point A to point B. To pull this off and achieve this massive revenue, the tech involved is just mind-blowing. We're talking about sprawling, futuristic, automated warehouses powered by robotic sorting systems. They use real-time barcode tracking down to the individual pill bottle, and they run massive on-time delivery fleets working seamlessly behind the scenes 24/7. And here is why this extreme efficiency absolutely matters. You know, in traditional retail, a delayed package is just a minor annoyance, right? But in the healthcare supply chain, speed and accuracy are non-negotiable. Even a tiny supply chain delay directly translates to a patient care delay. It is quite literally a matter of human life and death. Mastering this flawless delivery is exactly what secures Cencora's spot as America's 10th biggest company. Moving right along to number 9, McKesson.
Staying right here in the healthcare space, McKesson is another colossal giant operating completely in the shadows. Actually, there's a remarkably high probability that the medications sitting in your local pharmacy right now pass directly through McKesson's hands. But while they share space with Cencora, their footprint expands significantly beyond just moving pharmaceuticals.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how McKesson sets itself apart through sheer variety. They aren't just moving pills, they handle massive volumes of complex medical equipment and essential healthcare supplies. Delivering these comprehensive healthcare solutions means every single product category demands the absolute highest levels of speed, safety, and efficiency. Managing this broader, way more complex inventory requires an intense synchronization. Just imagine thousands of expert employees and incredibly advanced robotic arms working around the clock, never stopping to keep America's healthcare running. They coordinate with complex software networks to orchestrate continuous, nationwide dispatch operations, ensuring specialized surgical tools reach clinics exactly when they are needed.
So the crucial point is that McKesson's immense annual revenue, which secures them that number 9 spot nationally, is generated by fueling this massive interconnected ecosystem. By seamlessly linking their vast distribution centers to thousands of nationwide hospitals and specialized independent clinics, they capture an immense and totally diversified market share.
Honestly, it is staggering to realize that 2 of the top 10 most lucrative businesses in America are entirely hidden healthcare distributors. It really goes to show that the infrastructure of medicine is just as massive as the medicine itself. But what happens as we climb even higher up this list? What global industry actually fuels the world's physical movement? Well, in our next explainer, we're leaving healthcare behind and stepping onto the massive offshore platforms and cargo ships of company number 8. You absolutely won't want to miss it.